And this is a key skill, and this is what you need to work on really. So you can see the highest common factor of the numbers is 2, so you take the 2 out, and highest common factor of the letters is actually x, so we'll take the x out. So how are we going to get 2x squared? Well, 2x times x is going to give us 2x squared. Now 2x times what is going to give us 2x, so that's just going to be 2x plus 1, and that will be correct. So highest common factor here, let's do the numbers first. That's going to give us the 5. What's the highest common factor of the letters? That's a, so we can only take the a out. So how are we going to get a cubed? That's a squared. And how are we going to get the 10a plus 2? Because 5 times 2 is 10 with the a left. So double check, 5a times a squared. You know that's a time, so that's going to be 5a cubed. And 5a times 2 is 10a. That's perfect. So let's look at this more challenging one. So out of the numbers, the HCF equals 3. Out of the letters, the HCF equals x, or letter x. And because y is not in all three terms, even though the highest common factor is y for these two, y is not here, so we can't use the y. So what goes on the outside is 3x. So how are we going to get 3x? So that's just got to be a 1 here. Now we want to get the number 6, so we know we've got 2. 3 times 2 is 6, but we want x cubed, so that's got to be x squared to get that. And then we add the y. Now the last term is, we've got 3 on the outside, so we don't need to write the 1 here, but we want the x squared, so we put an x in and the y, and that's fully factorised, and you can see it working. That's going to give us 3x. Multiply each number, so 3 times 2 is 6, but the x times the x squared is x cubed, and then you have the y in, and 3x times xy is 3x squared y. I hope that makes sense. And then now you're ready for the questions. So let's just do question 7 for you. So the highest common factor of these two numbers, so this is good for your number skills, is 11. So I'm going to put 11 on the outside. Now for the letters, it's just G, and H is in all of them, so I can put 11GH. So 11GH I need to make, so that's just got to be 1. So 1 times this is going to give us 11GH. Now I need to get minus 121. So 11 times what is minus 121, so it's minus 11. I've got 1g in here already, but I've got to get an h squared, so I just add in this h. So that would be 7 on green. And we can see the highest common factor here is 5 for the numbers. Out of all the letters, you've got g squared, g and g cubed, so that has to be g on the outside. And the highest common factor for the h's is h squared. So let's open up that bracket. So 5gh squared, but we need to have 5gh squared h cubed, so we just need to add a h here. So how are we going to get minus 20? So we've got to have minus 4. 5 times minus 4 is minus 20. We've got the g in already, and we've got all the h squared, so we just leave the minus 4. That will be fine. Now to get the 10, we need to plus 2 because there's a plus sign. We've got a g, so that needs to be g squared to make it g cubed, and we've already got h squared, so that will be it. Multiply it out if you want to double check. So that is going to give us 5gh cubed minus 20gh squared plus 10g cubed h squared. That's perfect. Give some of those a go. Really, you only need to really be able to do red and orange. Blue's just an extension. Right, I'm going to show the answers now. Those are the answers, so you've got lots of those correct. That's good. You practice your highest common factor skills and your algebra. Well done. So here's a disciplinary to test all your skills that we have learnt. Pause the video and give it a go. Highest factor is 3. That's the 3x plus 4. Now, can you see it's 2 here and the x, so you take the 2x out, so that's going to be x minus 2y. That's the correct answer. X squared plus 7x, take the x out, is in both, so how do we get x squared? Add an x plus 7. Now if you expand that, you'll get that answer to double check for the number and the letter, so that's why that will be correct. So you can see here that's 6. Letter that goes in both is y. How do we get the y squared? Add the y, and that's just plus 2. That's going to be 5x minus 2. This is going to be 2p, the highest common factor out of two terms, both terms. How do we get the p squared? Add a p. It says a minus here, minus 2. So we've already got multiplying that will give us a minus 4p. Add the q. And we are done. Really well done if you've aced that. This is a bit of your skills interleaved.